So at the time, I did not know when it came in or anything. I wasn't really paying attention. But I finally looked it up. And luckily, the second polling place is located not, or it was given to me after the election, so on November 4th. So I feel at least okay. That was my question. That was something that was concerning me, that had been mailed to me before. Just a reminder, I did not request for a voter address. So somebody forwarded that and made sure that I got an address. So again, this is the post office playing around with people's addresses. Anyway, so I now have a new polling site in Lower Manhattan. I have to look into all of that, but I didn't ask for it, so I don't know who did. But that's not enough to, end a election, I suppose. So the other thing that I noticed along my journey was in New Jersey. I stayed at a motel, just across the border from Manhattan, and there where I stayed, they had flyers in their lobby saying you could register to vote and use this location, this motel, as your residence. Now, I was only staying there one night, so could I have used it as my residence? That's what the flyer was implying. And it was implying that I could register to vote in New Jersey. Now, I did not do that. And because I'm an honest person. But are all people honest? I would like to think so. But I'm going to say some people aren't. Then, I guess let's go back to New York. Voting without an ID. That's what I could do. That's how somebody voted for me in that year when I didn't send in my vote. Somebody went in and said they were me. They didn't need any ID and they could vote. So New York, Cuomo, I think you need to change that law. That's a recipe for illegal voting. And New Jersey, I think, allowing people to register in a hotel or a motel as their residence is also illegal. I think, again, you need to think about that. Misspellings of names. I would love to see how many different ways my name is written in New York State. When I lived there, in my younger years, before I was 33, I lived in like 11 different addresses between upstate New York or western New York and New York City. So my name could be on everybody's, on so many different places. So I'm really scared. I would really like to know how many different variations on my name are out there. And, it's, I guess, quite easily to just change birth date, and then you got a new person, right? So, is there tampering in our election process? I'm going to say 100%. Is it coming from Russia or Iran? It might be, but I think right in the USA, we have enough tampering going on. We don't need to bring other countries into the equation, but there might be from there too. And then lastly, there's something called Fix-It. Now, I just learned about this election. People were allowed to vote until the Friday after the election to fix it. This is something that happens when a ballot is filled in and it's not written clearly. So the Electoral people, inform somebody, and then they have until that Friday at 5 to change their vote, to make sure their vote is clear, or something of that nature. I think you get my point. So it's voting after the vote. So folks, I think the electoral process is a real problem. On the other hand, we have the Electoral College, which is there to fix it, finally, with a real fix-it. Because when they see how things can go astray and how states can do things, make fake rules, like for instance in certain states, the Green Party was taken off the ballots at the last minute because the Democrats didn't want them on their ballot. So these sort of things, certain things just shouldn't be allowed at the last minute. I'm sorry. And Georgia, registering to vote and voting all at the same time. You know how many people can travel into Georgia, declare a residency, and then vote? I mean, so it's not a wonder Georgia is on the list of problem states, or was on the list. So yeah, so that's why we have the Electoral College, for moments like this, when it becomes apparent that there is tampering going on. But the tampering is so professionally done that we can't prove it. Therefore, I'm not going to be doing any lawsuit because I have no concrete way to prove it this election series, this election period. So in the different states, December 14th, the Electoral College will meet in their states and place their votes for who will be the President of the United States for the next 4 years. Those votes get sealed and then they get opened on January 6th, 2021 by Congress. They will meet, they will open the envelopes, and they will count the votes. And so on January 6th, we will know the real presidential winner of this election. So, with that said, it's really been an eye-opening experience running for president. It's been an eye-opening experience voting this year. I've enjoyed every minute of all of this. I think our election process is fine. I don't think it needs changed at all, except I think certain states need to change the way people are allowed to vote. I think proof of identity of some sort must happen. I think to walk in and just vote without having any ID, I don't think that's legal. But that's my personal opinion. And I don't know if registering on the same voting day is legal either. And I don't think that the fix-it vote is legal either. Voting after the end of voting is illegal, in my opinion. But I'm not a lawyer, and that's just my opinion. Maybe it's yours too. But anyways, so the first opportunity for me to concede this election will be January 6th, after the Congress announces who the winner is. I will not concede my run for the presidency until then. So that is it for me for today. I'm sorry this was a little heavy. I guess maybe we'll do the Sheryl Crow song. I think it's Sheryl Crow. Oh. Anyway, you know what? We'll just do a song and let's see if you think it's appropriate. All right? So I wish you a wonderful day wherever you are. This was the end of part 2. Bye. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.